Welcome to Crafting at Home with OC Public Libraries. Today we're going to show you how to make pom-poms using 2 toilet paper rolls. For supplies, you're going to need some yarn. I recommend an inexpensive acrylic yarn because it does take quite a bit of yarn. You're also going to need the sharpest scissors that you have and 2 toilet paper rolls. Optionally, you can also use some cardboard and a pen and something circular to draw a circle to make a guide, and this makes trimming the pom-poms a lot easier. To make our guide, we are going to use something to trace 2 identical circles onto the cardboard, and then one of the circles needs to have a dot in the center. Then go ahead and cut out those circles along the lines that you made, and the circle that has a dot in the middle, cut a straight line to that dot, and then roughly cut around the dot so that you have a little bit of a space in the center there. All right, now we're ready to take our 2 toilet paper rolls, and this is going to make our pom-pom. Just by wrapping the yarn around both of the toilet paper rolls many times, I would say approximately 150 to 200 wraps. Really what you want to do is just put a lot of yarn on there, and the more yarn you use, the thicker and fluffier your pom-pom is going to be at the end. So once you feel like you have a nice amount of yarn on there, go ahead and trim off the end. And then you're going to take another length of yarn, about a foot long, and tie that around the center in between the 2 toilet paper rolls. It can help if you double wrap the yarn before pulling your knot tight. It just helps the knot stay. Then you're going to go ahead and pull those toilet paper rolls out of the center and then really make that knot nice and tight. Wrap it around to the back, do another knot in the back. You want to pull it as tight as you can without breaking the yarn. This is going to hold your whole pom-pom together. You're going to be left with 2 yarn tails that are about 5 inches long, and you want to keep track of those and make sure you don't accidentally cut them during any of the next steps. So the next thing we're going to do is take our very sharp scissors and go through and cut all of the loops. You can see I'm kind of using the scissors to fluff the yarn around, make sure I'm not missing any. And you just want to go around the whole circle and cut them in the middle of the loop. Right, so this is what it looks like after you've just cut the loops. You can see it's a very floppy pom-pom. It's not nice and round and perfect like a finished pom-pom. And to get there, what you need to do is trim everything into a circle. And the easiest way to trim is to use these guides that we've made. So you can see I've put the tail through the half of the guide that has a hole in it, and then I've just placed the other half on top like a pancake. And I'm being careful to move my yarn tails out of the way so I don't accidentally cut them off. So this is the most time-consuming part of making a pom-pom. You really just want to keep going around and around until there are no uneven patches anymore. Just keep looking for anything sticking out and cut that off. And you can see this step does get a little messy, so you might want to do this cutting over a trash can or even outside. So you'll see once you take the guides off, you're not done actually. You want to keep putting the guides back on over and over again in different directions and keep trimming. And I did mention this part takes a little while, but it's worth it. This is what makes your pom-pom look really nice and fluffy and round. And just every time you put the guides back on, because you're going to be putting on in different orientations, you need to keep track of those yarn tails to make sure that you don't accidentally cut them off. And you can keep trimming until you're happy with the finished product. And then you just get to have fun deciding what to do with your finished pom-poms. You can add them to hats, to bags, to pillows, to throw blankets. I've used mine to make a decorative garland to use in my house that you can see here. And I hope you have fun figuring out what to do with your pom-poms. Thank you so much for crafting at home with OC Public Libraries.